Hi, Tom Cole for Lourdes University Spotlight, and it's certainly an honor and a privilege to be here with a very special guest, Erica Dancel. Erica, thanks for being with us. Also, I'm with my partner Terry Crosby, Taylor Superstar, Taylor Automotive. Erica, you know, we were chatting off air. It's so cool what you're doing at Lourdes, this nursing that you're involved in. Lourdes has I'm telling you, magnificent nursing program. You're a senior, you're gonna graduate, you're gonna have a job, you're actually kind of working as a nurse in the summer when you go home, right? And there's nothing more important than doctors and nurses, especially with our aging population. But who initially got you into nursing? Who put that in your mind and said, Erica, you should be a nurse?
Myself, honestly.
It was your own idea? Yeah.
Well, I'm a first generation student, so my parents didn't go to college, so
Okay.
I kind of knew when I was younger that I wanted to do medical.
Okay.
And I wanted to be a doctor, but you know, sometimes I can't
Well,
go that way.
I will tell you this, Erica, and I think a lot of people agree. First of all, we have the best doctors and nurses in the world in the United States. There's no question about that. We have the best medical care. There's no question about that. But a good nurse is as good or better than a doctor, because when you're in the hospital, if you have the right nurse, they know everything. They know the procedures. They know the docs are in and out sometimes, but the nurse is the one that really knows what's going on. So you're going to help a lot of people. And is that like intrinsically, is that a driving force for you that you want to help people?
Yes, I'm very passionate about that. And I like being able to go into a patient's room knowing that I'm helping them with any way that I'm doing. Like,
Right.
just talking to them.
Right.
You know, it helps a lot.
Okay, what I wanted to kind of elaborate on, I understand that it takes 5 semesters for you to finish your nursing career here. So you're almost finished, correct? I think you'll be finished coming up in December of this year. So during the time that you've been here, can you just give us a little insight of some of the things that you've most enjoyed since you've been here?
I enjoy the nursing program like a lot. I like the smaller classes,
Right.
the smaller clinical groups. I really liked my professors. They're very caring. They want what's best for each student. They're always there for you whenever you need it, and I really appreciate the College of Nursing staff and faculty.
It sounds like, Erica, this is a great question from Terry. It sounds like, I think you were like me when I went to college, in that I wanted to know my teachers. I wanted to know that they cared about me. That was important to me. Some people, it doesn't make any difference. They go into a room and there are 800 kids and it's on a screen and they don't care. But for me, I wanted the prof to know that I was in class, or if I had a question or a concern, I could go to them. And from everything that Terry and I have learned about Lourdes today, talking to great students like yourself, Erica, that is the mantra of Lourdes, is they do care and they want you to be successful. And that's made a big difference in your career?
Yeah, it has. My first year of college, I went to like a bigger university where my anatomy class was 80 plus students.
Right.
And it was just hard to like connect with the professor when he has to worry about, I don't know how many students he has. So it's nice to just be that face in the I don't want to be the face in the classroom. I'm going to be that student that the professor knows and knows my name.
It means a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it truly does, and I agree with that 1,000%.
And tell us a little bit about your clinicals, because I know you had to experience a period of clinicals in your nursing career here. So where did that take place at?
Well,
those.
Had clinicals at Promedica, Toledo Hospital.
Okay.
Currently I have it at Flower Hospital, which is just right there.
Yes.
Wood County and BG.
Oh, you've been, oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I've been.
And what type of experience was that? Was that really good?
Yeah, I had like peds, OB, mental health. We did it at the Zep Center.
Oh, you've been to the Zep Center?
Yeah.
On Nebraska Avenue? Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic.
So I've had like a wide variety of different
Erica,
specialties.
you're such a talented young lady. You're so successful, but looking at your resume, something jumped out at me, that you're the manager of the wrestling team. Now here's this.
Doesn't add up.
That's where I'm going, T.
Doesn't add
That's
up.
where I'm going, T.
That doesn't add up.
Erica, here we go. Here's this brilliant, beautiful nurse, and now you're manager of the wrestling team, which is very cool. Talk about how did you get into doing it? What is it, usually when you do an extracurricular activity like that, you get more out of it than what you're putting into it. You know what I mean? Talk to me about the wrestling experience.
Well, I started being a team manager in high school because like my significant other wrestled. So I kind of just stuck with it and I enjoy it. People are like, oh, like I don't really know much about wrestling. And I was like, well, I can teach you, but.
And do you wrestle yourself?
No.
Oh, okay.
But Erica,
you will never see me in a singlet.
But
never.
Erica, you know all the stuff, right?
Yeah.
A reversal,
Yeah.
and he's stalling and shooting, you know all that stuff?
I just didn't want you pinning me. That was, I needed to know.
But what do you get out of that, Erica? You know, when you work with a team, right, and you see what the guys, maybe is there a young lady on the team too? I thought
Yeah,
Lourdes had one.
Yeah.
But when you see the guys working, I told Terry this one time. I played basketball in high school and college, but in high school, when we were done practicing basketball, we'd walk through the locker room, and they used the locker room for the wrestling. You know, they'd turn the temperature up, put the mats down, you know. And I'd walk through there, and I'd see what these guys were going through. And I said a prayer every night that I could play basketball because I knew I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? I mean, when you watch these guys and the way they work at it, what does that give you a message? Does that tell you something about hard work and determination?
Yeah, I see a lot of hard work with all the wrestlers that's on the team. Like just seeing the dedication, just cutting weight. Like I give so much props to them because I can't. You know, I like food. When I see food, I'm gonna eat it.
Erica, I need to.
They can't eat it.
I need to cut 80, Erica. So if you could give me some tips, I'd like to know. You know.
Yeah. So I'm like, wow, I can't do it. Even if like all the female wrestlers, I'm just like, I give props to you too.
Yeah.
Right.
Very cool.
So obviously you stay in pretty good shape yourself. You exercise because you know.
I try.
And on top of that, we're telling that what you just said. Yeah. Some of us, we like food, okay, and I understand. Going off the subject a little bit, but I think as long as you stay active and you exercise, I think sometimes you can pretty much get away with some of the things you want to eat, correct?
Yeah.
But the main thing I wanted to ask you is that, you know, if you had 10 people on site right now, and all of them needed some advice from you, in regards to the nursing department here at Lourdes University, how would you influence them or how would you encourage them? What would be some of the things that you would say to those 10 people?
Well, the reasons why I even like nursing, just like being, like caring for other people, seeing how you're caring for them, how the end result, like they could be really sick and then at the end, when they get discharged, they're so much healthier, and it's all the work that you're putting in that patient. And with Lourdes University's college nursing, it's just like smaller class sizes, the smaller clinical groups, the professors and the faculty and staff, and how caring they are, and just
That's amazing.
yeah, I really like it.
I wanted to get to nursing is tough. I mean, the courses. I mean, you're getting special attention here. The teachers are great, but it's hard work. I mean, it is not easy. It's difficult work. What was the real hard thing for you? Was there one element of it that you said, "Oh my gosh, if I can just get through this part"? Was there some part of that? And what part was it?
My first semester,
Okay.
which I was just talking to my professor about. I'm like, my first semester was the hardest, and once you push through it, get used to the exams, how you know how to study. Like, you learn like how the tests are. You know your study skills. So once you get used to it, it gets better on after that.
Are you a time management young lady?
Yeah, I am.
Very
I have a planner now.
To the end? Do you have a planner, Erica? Do you have a planner to the planner? I mean, is there multiple planners here?
I have a calendar, planners, sticky notes.
And it's funny you should say that because that has been a commonality today throughout all these interviews.
Yes.
Most of your students that we interviewed before and yourself said that they were very organized. Yes, we have a planner. So that's amazing that, you know, that's really, really huge.
Especially when you're doing so much, you need it.
Yes. Erica, on the way out, and you've been fantastic, by the way, you're going to be a great nurse. If you would say to somebody, you know, Lourdes University did this for me, what would the this be?
appreciate nursing a lot. Like, I really, like, this school made me realize what I want to do with my career and what I want to do at the end.
Well, young lady, you are going to be so successful, it's ridiculous. So thank you for being with us, Erica.
Yeah.
Thank you.
for having me.
Oh, it's totally our honor. Thank you. Tom Cole for Lourdes University Spotlight.